Hi YouTube, just a quick review of a few purchases I made, a mini haul if you will, from the MAC Fantasy of Flowers collection, which is definitely on sale online on the UK website. I did pop into a MAC standalone store in Covent Garden earlier this week and they didn't have it at all in there, which was a bit odd, given some of the products are already sold out on the online store. I have a kind of love-hate relationship with MAC. I do like a lot of their products, particularly the eyeshadows and some of the lipsticks. They're not my favourite, but I do think they generally represent pretty good value for the quality of the product that you get. But I do get frustrated with their mailing lists and their online sales, because usually by the time I get an email alerting me to the fact that there's a new promotion, a new collection on the website, half the time it's already sold out, which seems very mysterious. It literally goes online and is sold out even though they're putting it online, which I don't quite understand. But anyway, that kind of, I suppose, is good marketing, because it does encourage people like me not to wait too long and to buy as soon as things are online. And I'd seen a couple of reviews for the Fantasy of Flowers collection, which has eyeshadows that are kind of baked mineralised type eyeshadows, some mineralised skin finishes. I was quite tempted by both of those, and I knew they would sell out fairly quickly, but in the end decided I've sold off a few of my mineralised skin finishes, because although I like them, I've just got too many, and I have other products that I use just as much. But I did want to get a couple of the lipsticks. Now, the first thing to say, I think it's six I think, lipsticks in two separate collections for the Fantasy of Flowers. They are all in the lustre consistency. If you don't like lustres, you're not going to like these. I quite like lustres because they feel relatively moisturising to me. I don't mind the fact that the colour intensity when you apply them is nothing like as good as the satins or some of the other finishes. I actually find the satins and some of the MAC's most famous popular colours like Russian red, in the formulas, the matte, for example, is just too drying for my lips. And if I'm going to wear an intensely pigmented lipstick, it's better for me to go for one of the more expensive brands like Tom Ford or Chanel, where their matte formulas are just much more moisturising than MAC. But the lustres, and to a lesser extent the cream sheens, suit me very well, and I thought the colours in this collection were very pretty. So I ended up getting three. Let me show you what I got. This first one is called Fleur de Coral, and there we go. It's looking a bit lighter and slightly more orangey in my lighting than it does in real life. Yeah, that's not improving it. It actually looks a bit more pinky in the bullet, pink rather than nude. But when you swatch it, it's actually that one there, and it is almost a peachy nude. It's very, very similar to the one I've swatched next to it, and that is another lustre, I think, that I've had for a while. I've actually got it in the Marilyn edition, which I love. It was my favourite kind of packaging of their special collections. No, this is actually a cream sheen. I tell a lie, not a lustre. It's in Pure Zen. There it is. You can see I've actually used this one quite a lot. Looks very, very similar in the bullet. Show them both together. And very, very similar swatched. And maybe the slight more intensity of the swatch, it's the one on the right of the two, is just down to formula. So the colour is very, very similar. Now, Pure Zen has come out in different collections. You don't have to have got it in the Marilyn collection. But if you have got it, then either you don't need this one, unless, like me, you like it very much. And I was looking to get a backup of Pure Zen in an event, because of my nudes, it's the one I wear the most. And so I'm very glad I've got that one, which is so similar. Then the other one, which is very similar to another MAC one that I've got, is this one, which is called Heavenly Hybrid. There you go in the bullet. A really bluey fuchsia pink, which is actually more plummy when you apply it. It's the one on the left there. And next to it, I've swatched one of my favourite MAC lipsticks that I've had for about a year now, called Plumful, which is another lustre, which I'm going to show you. Looks in reality a bit darker and a bit redder than the more bluey pink of this latest one, but they're quite similar. I will say they're both lustres. I think Plumful actually on my lips looks a bit more colourful than Heavenly Hybrid, but Heavenly Hybrid is very pretty, so quite pleased I got that. And then the final one I don't have anything like. It's called Dreaming Dahlia, and that's this one. It'll go quite well with my nails, so it's a bit orangier, which looks very, I mean, it's showing up more orange than bluey red that it looks in the bullet, but it's far less alarming when you swatch it, because it's quite sheer, although very pigmented. And I thought this was a good way for me of wearing orange, which is a key colour for spring, but in any other formula that's particularly matte or satin looks a bit alarming on me. It's just a bit too much and too difficult to wear. But I did watch one of Lisa Eldridge's videos about orange lipsticks, and it's on her website. She gives lots of tips of the different ways you can wear orange according to how much you want to build up the colour, what your colouring is, and the sort of overall makeup look that you're giving. And one of the tips, obviously, is to sheer out the colour if you find it a bit intimidating but want to use the trend, and it can look very brightening on most skin tones. So I'm quite pleased I got that. It's quite similar to a Chanel Cocoa Shine I've got called Rebel, which I think is one of the permanent collection, is a bit more reddy, but that same sort of sheer but pigmented consistency, which is quite wearable. So those are the 3 items that I got. I think that if you like the lustre shades, it's a collection well worth looking at. They've got a few pinks in there as well, which are tempting, but I didn't get because prettier sort of pastel pinks are not really my colour. But if you like them, they're nice. They're reasonable value at 15. I always like the packaging, the little bullets. I like the flavour or smell, which is a kind of sweet, sugary, very inoffensive consistency and smell for MAC lipsticks. So definitely worth looking at. And so far I've only worn 2 of them. Haven't worn the nude one really yet, but they all last reasonably well. A couple of hours, which is par for the course with me, and are a really nice look. So definitely worth having a look at that collection. See you soon. Bye for now.